A lot of you are creeping out the girl you like and you're not even realizing it. The funny thing is, guys, even I noticed it in my day-to-day interactions with random people. A lot of guys in the younger generation simply don't know how to behave. You guys grew up being glued to your iPad without any social exposure, and now it shows. In some way, it's not even fully your fault, but the problem is it's still your responsibility to fix it. That's why in this video, I'm going to make you aware of 3 things you should be doing to appear less creepy to girls. Let's get started. The first one is you try way too hard to break the touch barrier. This problem mainly stems from the reality that you guys are way too focused on the end goal, or the outcome. What you're trying to do is you're trying to skip steps as fast as possible, even if she's not ready. When it comes to the touch barrier, guys, she has to be ready for it, and there needs to be a vibe in place. Most of you guys miss out on this vibe component. The issue with this is that it's very hard to teach this in a video format. The reality is the vibe is all about the emotions of the situation, not the logical component. You guys are so stuck trying to win the game that you forget that there's a reality behind the emotional component with girls. It's your job to read this effectively, because if you don't, it could be disastrous. Don't focus on trying to be touchy-feely so quickly. For most of you young guys, this is going to be a slower process anyways. If you're older, it's going to be a little bit more clear and you should be better at reading vibes. But even in these cases, it could still lead to the same results. To appear less creepy, be more aware of the social cues that she's giving you. Don't try to force something that isn't there in hopes that she'll accept it anyway. This leads me into my second point, which is to not push too hard for a relationship. This is going to sound counterintuitive, guys, but bear with me. Girls don't want you to push for a relationship with them. I know it sounds crazy because girls always talk about how they want to be in a relationship, but understand this. Girls want to be in a relationship with the perfect guy, not you. In reality, the logic is quite simple. When you get into a relationship with a girl, you take on a lot of responsibility. Early on, they really don't have much to give you. It's not like they're going to go to your place and clean your house or do any things for you. For that reason, it's pretty much your responsibility with nothing in return. What do you really gain from this? When you push a girl so hard to get into a relationship, it shows that you're desperate. They instinctively understand that guys that really want a relationship probably don't have anything better to do. Remember, guys, what a girl's fantasy truly is. They all want to feel like they're the one special fish in an ocean of fish. The way you're making them feel is that they're the only fish that you ever caught in your life. The excitement you get from that appears juvenile and desperate. Girls are going to be turned off by this and they might even find it creepy. Now, this leads me to the third point, which is arguably the most important point. You guys have horrible social skills. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video. Most of you guys spent way too much time online in your early development. Now, as a result, you're missing out on key social cues that you would have known otherwise. In addition to this, you've managed to dodge a bunch of bullying growing up as well. I know a lot of people say bullying is bad, but hear me out. When someone bullies you for acting a certain way, talking a certain way, or looking a certain way, it brings attention to those things. You are now forced to reflect upon this internally because you really have 2 choices. Keep getting bullied and staying the same, attempt to make a change to avoid said bullying. There is a minor amount of bullying that's actually positive for your development. Now let's get back to how this translates to girls. A small example of where you guys lack socially is you have difficulty making eye contact with strangers. Even I've noticed this problem with younger guys that I encounter in daily life. Guys, remember, when you talk to somebody, you have to pay attention to these small details. I had one scenario where I wasn't even sure if this kid was talking to me because he was looking in a totally different direction while speaking to me. When you do this to girls, they perceive this as creepy. They fundamentally understand that this type of behavior is a result of being an outcast. Girls want a guy that's socially calibrated amongst many other things. When you're missing this social calibration component, it's hard for you to develop any of the other skills afterwards. That wraps up this concept, guys. It's not too complicated. Unfortunately for you guys, somebody has to bring light to these issues. Hopefully you won't have an ego about it and you'll see the problem within yourself and want to change. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. As usual, don't forget to check out the extended version on Patreon if you want more in-depth knowledge. Comment below for any more video ideas you'd like to see from me. See you next time.